It's Hilly and Hart.
Did you watch the Return of the Astronauts on Friday?
I missed it.
Oh, it was magnificent, man. It was just when they started coming through the atmosphere, 24,000 miles an hour, that capsule heating up like a stove. It was unreal, man. And then they landed. And then, of course, once they got into the Pacific Ocean, it took forever for the crews to get to them and everything. I get it. They're being very careful about everything. But one of the things they talked about was because of the way the pressures are and everything else in there, you got to be careful. Bottom line is they tell them you can't fart when you're returning to Earth. You can't do it because it's dangerous. I told Aaron I would end up killing the whole crew.
Yeah, you would.
That would be a requirement. There's a reason I can't be an astronaut right there.
We'll be here
there's
in
a
the
multitude
studio,
of them, but
and I'll smell his brand, and I'm like, dude, did you rip one? And he'll be like, I don't know, maybe. How is it a maybe?
sometimes it just slips out. You're not even conscious of it.
Oh my gosh, I've never had that happen before.
It's very gaseous. That's why.
No, that's awful.
But apparently it can kill you in space. Isn't that crazy? So they have to be careful not. I guess it's they also have to watch their diet as a result.
And just like that, little Kevin Hilly's dreams of being an astronaut have been dashed.
It's Hilly and Hart.
How many of you have played musical instruments before?
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
That has been going around for years. Of course,
Never heard it.
from SpongeBob. Oh yeah, it's one of the great. But apparently, after years of that thing floating around here, and Hellmann's, the folks at Hellmann's have decided they need to completely exploit that. So
Of course they do.
they're going to make it a real thing. Hellmann's has successfully achieved the goal of getting mayonnaise officially classified as a musical instrument.
Gross.
Now, we all know how much Erin hates mayonnaise.
Ugh.
So I saw this and I immediately thought of her. Apparently, the way they did a partnership with the American Federation of Musicians, which now recognizes Mayo as a legitimate instrument, source of sound,
How is it played?
That's a very... well, I think, actually, I did hear some sort of, I don't know how they were doing it, but hitting it, making it like a... like
Gross.
splashing sound sort of thing. Hellmann's released a series of videos to celebrate featuring professional musicians playing jars of Mayo. Oh, okay, so it becomes like a percussion instrument to create rhythmic beats. So there you go. It's to answer the question.
At least that's a little better.
To answer Patrick's question.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Hilly's was a little too graphic for me.
It's Hilly and Hart.
And there's a whole new trend going around with the young folk. It's called admin nights. It's helping people tackle their mounting to-do lists. Think bill pay and stuff like that.
I've heard of this. It's kind of like a little, it's a get-together. Mm-hmm. And I guess there's food and drink involved and everything. But they're all kind of helping each other get organized and bills paid and everything else. I like the idea. I think it's clever.
Yeah, people are, getting together at each other's houses. Sometimes they're meeting up at the library or a cafe. And they're paying bills, filing taxes, answering emails, just basically all the crap you just don't want to do.
At least, if you're doing it with some friends, it makes it a little bit easier.
I guess.
Yeah. I guess it also kind of helps you keep track better. If somebody else, hey, that thing from last week, did you pay it? Or, you know what I mean? Whatever. It's almost,
accountability.
Almost like accountability. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's just it. I like to get all this stuff done so I can just go and hang out with my friends and have fun.
That's the danger.
This doesn't sound fun.
Of this is, the social part of it could overrun the work part of it.
This sounds awful.
Just having too much fun. We're here to pay bills.
It's Hilly and Hart.
So the husband and I were invited to a birthday party Friday night, and some good friends of ours. And their daughter was making a soda, Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay, so she had a Sprite, but then I kept noticing she was putting more stuff in there, and I'm like, what is she doing? So she put a packet of that True Lime stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so keep in mind this is in a Sprite. So
right.
That's already lemon lime.
Yes.
Okay, then you've seen those coffee syrups before, right? Where you can just put a pump in. Mm-hmm. Okay, she put like a pump or two of vanilla in there.
Okay.
Coconut and then raspberry. I go, okay, I got to ask, what are you making?
Yeah.
And she goes, a dirty soda. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I thought that was like the whole, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives things where they were putting a protein shake and like a Diet Coke.
Right.
And she's like,
because you're not allowed to have caffeine.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's like, well, you can, do all kinds of different
workarounds.
Yeah, different things to
yeah.
it. And she goes, do you want to try it? Sure. So I took a sip and I looked at the husband. I go, okay, that's good.
See, as you're describing these things, and I'm not a big coconut fan. That's about the only thing in there that I wouldn't like. Maybe those other things sort of subdue the coconut a little bit too.
It did. It just kind of tasted.
So it wasn't strong.
Slightly fruity, coconutty, not coconutty, more like tropical,
right?
And refreshing.
It sounds like it might actually be kind of good.
I was like,
so you're like, hey, before I go, I want the recipe.
I was going to say, now I'm looking at the husband going, we got to buy all this other stuff now. And then she gets in the freezer and I was like, okay, what is that?
There's more?
Yeah. So she had frozen grapes with a frozen piece of fruit roll-up around it.
Okay.
That I did not try.
Is that something you eat?
Yeah. But what?
Frozen?
No, Kevin, you just look at it.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes,
I thought you were saying maybe it goes in a drink or something.
Well,
I don't
guess
know.
you could put it in the drink.
So a frozen grape with a fruit roll-up around it.
Yes,
wow.
It was all frozen.
Wow. I'm floored here, man.
I know. I was getting an education from all these youngins, that's for sure.